Let us do two more example here. So in this first example, the numerator is x to the power minus 2 y to the power minus 1. Denominator is y to the power minus 2 x to the power minus 1, and this whole power is minus 2. So if we convert this negative power into positive power, then this new denominator will become numerator and numerator will become denominator. So we will get y to the power minus 2 x to the power minus 1 division. So we are taking this denominator at the up and this numerator at the bottom, that means x to the power minus 2 y to the power minus 1. Then this power becomes plus. Now if we distribute this power x to the power 2 on both of them, then we will get y to the power minus 2 x to the power minus 1 square, x to the power minus 2 y to the power minus n square. So now that means in the first case, from here to here we converted this negative power into positive power using this formula, x division y to the power minus n equals y division x to the power plus n. That means negative power to positive power, then this numerator and denominator will swap y by x. So we swap them. Then we distribute this power on both numerator and denominator. Here we used x division n equals x to the power n division y to the power n. Now we will distribute this 2 power on each of this term. That means y to the power minus 2 to the power 2 x to the power minus 1 to the power 2 division x to the power minus 2 to the power 2 y to the power minus 1 to the power 2. That is, this 2 power is both on y to the power minus 2 and x to the power minus 1. So we distributed this power. Similarly, this 2 power is on x to the power minus 2 and y to the power minus 1. So we got x to the power minus 2 and this power 2, y to the power minus 1 and power 2. So now if we take a little bit more space, then what we can do is we can multiply these powers. That means minus 2 and 2, if we multiply power on power, we know the formula is x to the power m times x to the power n, m to the power n. That means we will get x to the power m times n. Power on power, it just multiplies. So y to the power minus 2 to the power 2 will become, if we multiply this minus 2 and 2, we will get 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. X to the power minus 1 times 2 will give us minus 2. Division x to the power minus 2 times 2 will give us minus 4, and y to the power minus 1 times 2 will give us minus 1, and 2 multiplication will give us minus 2. So now here x to the power minus 2 and y to x to the power minus 4 is division formula. That means x to the power m division x to the power n, we know it is x to the power m minus n. That means from here we get x to the power minus 2 numerator power, then a minus, and the denominator power is minus 4, and y to the power, from here y to the power, this 2 is division, y to the power minus 4 division y to the power minus 2. So it will be y to the power minus 4 numerator power minus denominator power is minus 2. So we can write x to the power minus 2 minus 1 is plus, so minus 2 plus 4 y to the power minus 4 plus 2 minus 1 is plus. So here we are getting x to the power 2 and here we are getting y to the power minus 2, minus 4 plus 2. So this y to the power minus 2 we can write as x square times 1 by y square. So at the end of the day we are getting x square division y square. So we actually, in this kinds of solution, we followed every steps and using formulas, and at the end of the day, at the end of the simplification, we are getting x square by y square. Now we will learn a shortcut, that instead of following every steps that makes the calculation long, we can do one thing here. In these kinds of situation, when lots of powers are there and this whole fraction expression is again raised another power, what we can do, we will take one base its power on power, we will multiply this -2 power on with every power within that bracket. That means x to the power -2 times -2. So we will write like this: x to the power, here there is -2 and this power will be multiplied. So x to the power -2 times -2, y to the power -1 times -2, -1 times -2, division. This is also within this power, so this power will also multiplied with this power. So y to the power -2 times -2, x to the power -1 times -2. So what we did, these powers, this -2 power is on every term here. So we put that minus power on everybody and then we multiplied that power. So what we did here simply is we multiplied this power with each of the power within this bracket. So then we are getting x to the power -2 is x to the power 4, y to the power -1 and -2 is 2, here -2 is y to the power 4, and x to the power -1 and -2 is x to the power 2. So now if we take these two, x to the power 4 and x to the power 2, we will get x to the power 4 -2, and here y to the power 2, y to the power 4. So if we take these two, they got same base. So if we use this division formula, we will get numerator power is 2, denominator power is 4. So we are getting x 4 -2 is square, y 2 - 4 is y to the power -2. So we came here in very simple 2-3 steps. So now this one is 1 by y square. So at the end of the day, we will get similar to this x square y square. So in this way, we can make the calculation very easy and simple. In the next slide, we will see how we can simplify this index form expression. Let us do the second example of previous slide. Here, first term is a cube b square to the power -2, and second term is a to the power -1 b to the power -2 whole to the power -3. So if we use this minus formula, x to the power -n equals 1 division x to the power +n, so then this is our base now. So this is minus power 2, so it will be 1 upon a cube b square to the power, this minus power 2 will become plus power 2 times. Similarly, if we consider this as the base, then it will be 1 upon a to the power -1 b to the power -2 to the power 3. So now it will be 1 times 1 will be 1. Here this power 2 will distribute over a cube and b square. So it will be a cube square, this power, times b square and then this power, times here this power 3 will be distributed over a to the power -1 and b to the power -2. So we will get a to the power -1 times 3, to the power 3, and b to the power -2 to the power 3. So now we know power on power, that means x to the power m to the power n is x to the power m times n. So power on power multiplies. So we got 1 division a to the power 3 to the power 2. This 3 and 2 will multiply. So we will get 3 times 2 is 6. 2 and 2 will multiply. Here power b to the power 2 to the power 2. So this power will multiply. So we will get b to the power 4 times a to the power -1 and 3. A to the power -1 to the power 3. So power on power, these two will multiply. So -1 times 3 will get -3. B to the power -2 to the power 3. So here these two power will multiply. So -2 times 3 is -6. So now we will be getting 1 upon, here a to the power 6 and a to the power -3, they are multiplied. So we will get, we know the formula, x to the power m times x to the power n equals x to the power m plus n. For multiplication, the power added. So a to the power 6 times a to the power -3. If we add this power, a to the power 6 plus this -3. So since these are multiplication, their power 6 and -3 are being added. Similarly, b to the power b to the power 4 and b to the power minus 6. So it will be 4 plus minus 6. So we can write 1 upon 6 plus minus minus 6 minus 3 means a to the power 3. 4 minus 6 will give us b to the power minus 2. So now if we take this minus power on top, it will become plus, because we know that 1 upon x to the power minus n is x to the power n. So that means bringing from top to down, it becomes negative, and similarly bringing from top to down, this negative power becomes positive. So here if we take this b to the power minus 2 on the numerator, we will get b to the power plus 2 and then a square. So we used in this approach, we used every steps using proper and required index laws. Now we will solve the same problem in a shortcut way. What we will do in the shortcut, that the minus power, whatever power here is, we will multiply that power, if it is minus or plus, whatever, this power with every power within this bracket. That means minus 2 will be multiplied with power 3, minus 2 will be multiplied with power 2. So it will be a to the power 3 times minus 2, b to the power 2 times minus 2 times. Here also this minus 3 power will be multiplied with every power within this bracket, that is within its scope. So a to the power minus 1 times minus 3 and b to the power minus 2, so minus 2 times minus 3. So then we will get a to the power 3 minus 2 is minus 6, b to the power 2 minus 2 is minus 4, a to the power minus 1 and minus 3 is plus 3, b to the power, all are multiplication, b to the power minus 2 times minus 3 is plus 6, minus 1 is plus. So now if we take these two a together, a to the power 6 times a to the power 3, so it will be minus 6 plus 3. That means their powers are just added together using this multiplication rule. And b to the power minus 4 and b to the power 6, it will be minus 4 plus 6. So their powers are added together. So we can write a to the power, here actually a to the power 3, we had a to the power 3. So a to the power minus 6 plus 3 is 3, and b to the power minus 4 plus 6 is 2. So here it is minus 3. Minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3. So if we take this minus power down, we will get b square, and this a to the power minus 3 will come down and become plus 3. So we got the same result but with less calculation, and it will definitely be faster, and it will give always the same result. Okay, let us do one more example. Here we will directly apply this shortcut method that we learned in previous 2 slides. Okay, here this scope of this minus 2 power is this numerator and this denominator. That is a to the power 3, b to the power minus 2 and c to the power minus 3. All of them got this power minus 2 as well. So what we do? We will multiply this power on each of the power within its scope. So it will be a to the power is 3 times this minus 2, b to the power minus 2 times this minus 2, b to the power minus 2 times this minus 2, division c to the power minus 3 times this power, then this division. Similarly, this minus 1, we will multiply every power within its scope. So here the power is minus 2, ab to the power minus 2. So we will write as it is the power that, because this minus 2's scope is a and b, so we will keep that ab, then this minus 2, we will just multiply this minus 1, division c to the power 3, then the power is minus 1. So this outermost power, this power will be multiplied with this minus 1, not this 3. Okay, so we multiplied this power on, immediately this power minus 1 is on this minus 1 and this minus 2. So we took this and multiplied them. So now if we simplify, a to the power 3 times minus 2 is minus 6, b to the power minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4, to the power c to the power minus 3 minus 2 is c to the power plus 6 division. Now a, b and this minus minus plus, so it is 2. So ab to the power 2, that means a to the power 2 and b to the power 2. So we will distribute this power 2 among a and b. So it's 2 b to the power 2 division. This minus minus plus, so it will be c to the power 3 and this is 1. So 1 power means it will remain as it is. Now a to the power minus 6, b to the power 4 division, c to the power 6. We will convert this division into multiplication. So this numerator will become denominator and denominator will become numerator. So we will get c to the power 6 division a square a square. So now if we take this calculation here, we will get, say, a to the power minus 6 division a to the power 2. So we know the formula that x to the power m division x to the power n is x to the power m minus n. So a to the power minus 6 division a to the power 2, so minus 2. Because numerator power minus denominator power. So numerator power itself is minus 6 and denominator's power is 2, so minus 2. Similarly, here we got b to the power 4 and b to the power 2. So it will be division b to the power 4 and b to the power 2. So numerator power is 4 minus denominator power is 2. So 2. They are multiplied. So now c to the power 3 and c to the power 6. So it will be c to the power 3 numerator power minus denominator power is 6. So simply we will get a to the power minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8. B to the power 4 minus 2 is 2. C to the power 3 minus 6 is minus 3. So now B got positive power, we will keep it on the top. A got negative power, so if we bring it down, it will be positive power. C got negative power, if we bring it down, it will be positive power. So simplification of this expression will give B squared divided by A to the power 8, C to the power 3.